Welcome.
Ooh.
Nope.
Sounds bites. Okay.
Sounds bites.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I got.
Welcome to Our Life in Books, where we talk about our lives, books, and everything in between. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Samantha, and we're cousins.
Yay!
This week, we're talking about historical fiction. Some may say my quote-unquote favorite genre. That is
sarcasm.
Sarcastic right there. But first, what are we drinking?
So today, I'm pretty sure we've drank this on the podcast before, but it's the lemon meringue green tea from Adagio Teas.
Yes.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's so nice out. It just feels like it fits with the weather right now in Iowa.
Unfortunately. It's a seasonal tea, and it's a spring tea, so it's not currently available.
Dang.
But, when spring comes around again, get on that.
Yeah, add it to your Adagio wish list.
But you can go on there and see what the summer teas are right now. Because they have seasonal teas every season.
Yes, they're so good. It's good to, I feel like you just got to collect them all.
Yeah, that's my problem. That's my giant problem.
Right? What are you drinking? What are you reading this week?
Okay, so it's been like a weird reading slump kind of.
Yeah, same.
I have all these books I want to read, but I haven't been able to. I feel like I'm treading water. But anyway, so I'm reading a book that I really enjoyed. I think I'm going to finish it tonight. It's called The Girl in Red by Christina Henry. She writes fairy tale retellings that usually have like a horror twist.
Okay.
And so this is Little Red Riding Hood in apocalyptic future, and she's like super BA. She is biracial. She has a prosthetic leg. Like all these things that make her very, very unique, especially as like a hero in the story. And then so the opening scene is, she's all by herself in this apocalyptic world. A bunch of people have died because of some virus. Her parents, her brother, everyone she knows. So she's all alone, but she's on her way to her grandma's house because her grandma lives in the middle of the woods, and she thinks, if she can just get there, then she'll be safe. But so the opening scene is her sitting at her campfire, like warming up some soup, and a man comes up, and she can tell that he does not have good intentions, and she is, she's got her axe ready to go, and she just lays into him once he tries to attack her. So
yeah, that's how it starts.
It's very dark, but it's so good. It's so interesting because you kind of learn little things throughout. It's flashing back and forth between what's happening now and then what happened to her family.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's doing that thing that I really love where books have the two different timelines where you can tell they're going to meet and you're going to find out what is happening.
Yeah. So that does sound really good.
Yeah. What are you reading?
Well, I kind of got off track on the books I need to read and really wanted to read this book because it's coming out in a film. As a film.
Oh, yeah.
It's called After by Anna Todd, and it was a Wattpad original. So I kind of wanted to read it and see what everyone was talking about. There was, obviously everyone had major opinions on each side, whether they loved it or hate it. And I liked it. It's not perfect by any means. It's very, very dark and gritty.
Is it what genre?
It's a I think it's YA romance or NA romance or in college, so maybe NA, new adult. And yeah, it basically is about this young girl who kind of, didn't experience high school hardly at all. She, had this reliable boyfriend. Like they were just very she was very set in her routines and didn't really want to explore outside of her boundaries. Mm-hmm. And then she, meets this group of kids, and one of them is this, and a lot of them have tattoos and piercings, and it's not anyone she'd ever hang out with. And she starts hanging out with them and meets the main guy, Hardin, and it seems like they always fight each other, but they like each other. But it's very a bully romance, love-hate relationship constantly. And I would say it's very much like a roller coaster. Mm-hmm. I'm on, and I read After, and then I read the second one After We Collided. So I'm on After We Fell. And I think it's really interesting. I've never read a romance like this where it's turmoil where you understand both sides and you I don't know, like you're not sure if you want them together or not because you understand both sides and why they shouldn't be together, but maybe like why they want to be together. It's really interesting. I wasn't sure about it, but I think a lot of people said like, you know, it's gaslighting, but it's gaslighting on both sides.
Okay.
And then also it's fiction. It's not real. And if you want to read a real romancy love story, those are out there too. Right. But I don't think that's what Anna Todd was going for.
I see,
so I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the ride. And I also like that I don't know if they're going to be together or not. And I don't know where the other characters are going to go and what relationships are going to form and what they're going to fall. And I think that's interesting.
Yeah. So the movie, is that out this year?
I want to say I saw the trailer.
Okay, so it's got to be soon then. They've got casting and everything.
Yes, they got casting. And I think it fits pretty well. They removed a lot of the tattoos and piercings from Hardin, which I kind of sucked a little bit because that kind of made him more contrast to her. Her name is, I'm blanking right now, Tessa. Okay. But I feel like Tessa looks really like her character. Yeah, it looks like it comes out this year. I'm not sure when. It just says 2019. So you should watch the movie trailer. It's really good. But you know my rule, I wanted to like read the book before I watch the movie trailer or the movie. So yeah, it sounds really good. Like the rest of the series. I'm excited.
Yay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So all the new releases.
Yeah. So I'm gonna link new releases from last week, June 28th, and this week, June 25th. Just because there's so many.
Yes.
But there's only a few that I'm going to talk about today. Deviate by Jay Kristoff.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost positive I talked about the first book, Lifelike, on the podcast.
Yes, I believe so.
But a while ago. Because I read that one on NetGalley, and then I got approved for Deviate on NetGalley as well. So I'm really excited to read that one. These are I was really late to the Jay Kristoff train, and these are the books that kind of got me on it. So I'm really excited to read the second one. And then, what is the other new release? Wicked Fox by Kat Cho.
Oh, yeah, I liked the cover.
Sounded really good.
Yes.
It's about a girl who is secretly a nine-tailed fox.
Oh.
So, and that's a thing in, I want to say Japanese mythology.
I believe so. I watched a couple of things about it. I can't remember.
But I recently read another book that had nine-tailed fox characters. So okay. I'm really excited. I think this one sounds so good.
Yeah. I want to talk about two.
Okay.
The first one is Return to Zero by Pittacus Lore.
Ooh, yeah.
I rage bought all of the books on Book Outlet.
Oh, yeah, because that's part of the I Am Number 4 series.
So I bought the whole Number 4 series, and then I also bought this series too.
Oh,
so I don't have this one yet, but I plan to read them all.
Yeah.
Because I watched the movie, and I was like, this is a book. Oh my God, I need to know more. So I'm excited for that. And then something like Gravity by Amber Smith. I actually got this on NetGalley. I haven't had a chance to read it. It's my next read, but it just sounds so good. Yeah. I can't wait to read it.
Romance?
Duh. No, I'm just kidding. It's a YA romance, I believe. Yep, and it has LGBT in it, and the cover's adorable cartoon with sky and doodles. I doodle on my Instagram pictures, so I'm just like, yes, give me this book.
Is it purple?
It's like a bluish purple. I think it's blue, but
do you have it pulled up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of a different one.
You were thinking of it. Yeah, I know which one you're thinking of. Oh, crud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking of, though.
Oh, about lost the document. Oop. All right.
Ope. Got the Iowa Ope in there.
Midwest Ope.
Oh, yeah, it is a Midwest Ope.
It is.
So the Kindle Unlimited book that I chose this week is Edgewood by Karen McQuestion. I really wonder if that's her real name. McQuestion. Got a McQuestion. Basically, let's see. Sorry, I kind of picked it because it was on the Amazon Prime bestseller list. And it's three young people that have there was a strange astronomical event, and now there's three people have these it's 4 kids have their gifts and they have to like figure out what happened and who's hunting them. And it just sounded like really like post-apocalyptic / sci-fi, which I really enjoy.
Yeah. Is this a TV show? I feel like this sounds like
Is it a TV show?
TV show? Doesn't it? Am I crazy?
No, you're probably right. I don't even know it.
Edgewood.
I just looked it up. I don't see it.
Maybe I'm crazy.
It's a town in Iowa.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, that's why it sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. It does kind of sound like a CW show.
Right?
I don't know. If anyone knows, let us know if it's a show or not. But yeah, I just thought that was really good. And you know how I feel about sci-fi movies.
Yes. I sure do.
I sure do.
Okay, so my prime reading pick is actually a recommendation from our listener, Hannah.
Yes.
She said everyone should read The Upside of Falling Down by Rebecca Crane. It's a YA romance, so it's right up your alley. Yeah.
Ooh.
And yeah, I thought it sounded really cute. And like the cover has that cartoon.
Oh, see, I feel like that's in right now and I love it.
I love it too.
Support all the artists.
Yay.
Yeah, that does look really good.
So go read all the books.
Oh, exactly.
Go read all the books.
All the books. What'd you get in the mail this week?
I honestly got so much stuff. I don't know if anyone watched my opening this past weekend. I think that was one of my biggest hauls.
Yeah.
But I got a can of wine with one of my books, so that's cool. Because I was like, wait, is this what I think it is? It's a can of wine. All right. And then I also got a new phone cover with one of my books. They sent like
it's so cute. What does it say?
It says "Be Beautiful."
Beautiful. That's so cute.
I know, because my 9-year-old was trying to read it, and he kept asking me what it said. I'm like, you can read, sound it out. What's it say? And he goes, "To full is not a word. The word is broken up. Be beautiful." I was like, oh, Weston, you got to read it quickly.
Faster.
Anyway, so we got some other exciting things.
We did. We got some, new promotional stuff for the Our Life in Books podcast.
We finally got our business cards, which are practical because they're bookmarks.
Yes, we thought that, it'd be a good idea to incorporate our brand with something that can hold your page. Hold your page mark.
That's useful. That's not just a tiny little card that you're going to lose.
Oh, exactly. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. And then we got stickers.
Yay.
So we're going to be giving those out on our Patreon if you want to come and join us. We also, I don't know if we talked much about our Patreon lately. In detail, I mean, sorry.
I think we mentioned it in the last episode.
Yeah, it's really exciting. We're still new at this, but basically we kind of figured out the tiers. You get, we have a Discord. You can get random pictures and videos from what we talk about on T-chats or just funny things we see in live, maybe some screenshots from some memes from Reddit that we're addicted to.
Or, pictures of our weekends or...
Yes, or like maybe something that happened that we're going to talk about on the podcast. We also are going to be doing like monthly after hours episodes. Those are going to be more in depth about us, I guess.
Yeah, more personal, less filtered.
Yes, Elizabeth's letting me cuss and be crazy.
Really like more personal, less filtered.
I like that.
Tagline.
You should keep that.
I like that.
I like that. I'm gonna write that down. And then for our, biggest tier, we want to do like a monthly thank you gift. Yeah. So, just go check us out if you're interested and support the podcast. It's only $3 a month, and you can see what we're up to.
Yay.
End of spawn. Also, so I need everyone to realize that if you're going to order something online, look at the measurements.
Oh, gosh.
My friend Jackie sent me this screenshot from Boxed Lunch, and it was Harry Potter jars. And I looked at them. I was like, these are adorable. I thought they're small. I can put tea in them. I can put it on my bookshelf. I can take pictures with them. So not looking, I had a coupon code, just bought them. They arrive in this huge box. And I'm like, okay, why did they send this huge box with these tiny, tiny jars? No, they're huge.
They're huge jars.
They're like flour and sugar jars.
Right, yeah.
They're
Which
giant.
I think would be really awesome.
Yes, but also I was very disappointed that I didn't get the small jars I envisioned in my brain.
You can use them in your new place.
I know. I'm excited. I was like, well, at least I can put them to use. but I was like, but I wanted small jars. So now I'm going
to make just like a Harry Potter themed kitchen.
Oh my God. Don't tempt me. I will do it.
We'll get magnets and like towels.
Oh my gosh. Let's do it.
Curtains.
Okay. I'm in. Let's do it. You talked me into it.
That was so difficult.
Off of one order of jars, my whole like theme has changed.
Yes.
So what's been going on in the book world?
So many things.
I think I want to quickly shout out our friends at Books and Bowl with Zachary Chopchinsky and Martina McAtney. We've been, as you guys know, big fans of Martina for a while, and she told us she has a podcast, which is so cool. We haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but if it's any indication how funny she is on her Facebook page, I'm sure it is absolutely amazing.
Heck yes. So check it out.
Definitely check it out.
Okay, so a couple things in the book world. Suzanne Collins, the author of The Hunger Games, announced that there is going to be a prequel novel to The Hunger Games.
What?
Yeah.
There's no link, so I didn't know what this meant.
So here, I have a link here. I will link it in the notes. But
yeah, everyone look down in the notes if you want to follow along with this.
Oh my goodness, I thought I just had it. It's going to be set 64 years prior to the events of the first Hunger Games. So
we're going to be able to figure out like how they got to the Hunger Games?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it is set to come out in May of 2020. So we've got a while, but I always like to have things to look forward to.
Well, yeah, and that's like, I would say that's one of the biggest series we first, we read. I was so into that.
That was the one that got me back into reading YA.
Oh, really?
Because I don't know if you remember, but we were garage sailing in Grinnell.
I kind of remember this, yeah.
And I found someone was selling the full series, and you talked me into getting them because you're like, they're so good, you have to read it. So I did, and then that started the whole collection and all of this. That is the reason I have a bookstagram.
So when we peer pressure each other to buy things, it's always a good idea.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to books. Oh my gosh, when I was packing, I tried to get rid of books. I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
No, how could you?
I didn't get rid of any. I just put them back in the boxes.
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember what we were going to talk about Nicholas Sparks? Oh yeah, there was.
No, you put that in there.
Oh, great, lovely.
Because I think I've read like maybe one Nicholas Sparks book.
What have you read?
I don't know. That's why I said maybe one.
Well, there was some controversy going on, and I can't remember. Everything goes so fast, but basically, there was like anti-gay / LGBT issues with him as a person, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's, I don't want to click on a news article that is not like. Here we go. The New York Times. He must have had anti-gay comments and emails or something like that. Yeah. So I think it was basically like someone had come out about like, him saying that kind of stuff. And it looks like he apologized. He apologized for the anti-gay content of his email in a statement on Twitter. It did not view, I don't know. That's all I needed to talk. I just must have wrote it down to be like, I wonder what's going on. Because it just broke when I wrote that down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was from 2013. I think people change, but also that's not okay.
Right. Right.
I don't know.
I mean, you have to learn from your mistakes, but...
Yeah, and you have to give people a chance to learn from their mistakes. And it sucks. I would say 2013, I don't know.
It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago. Like, I could say if it was longer, like, because it was a different time. Like, let's say, like, when Eminem was around. You know what I mean? It was just a different time. But 2013 wasn't that long ago.
No, it really wasn't. Okay, some other fun news, though, in the book world.
Yeah, let's talk about fun news.
So if you have been reading Marissa Meyer's Renegades trilogy, the third and final book is out next year. Hold on. I don't have the date in front of me. But anyhow, you can go on the EW website and read a excerpt from the third book.
What?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's out in November. So we only have a couple months. And then that series is coming to a close.
That's crazy.
I know.
don't
I feel like it just started.
I don't like when series come to close.
I don't either. And one more thing I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
Where did it go?
Was it a cover reveal or something?
Cloak of Night by Evelyn Skye. It's the second and final book in that duology. The cover was just revealed, and I got to be part of the cover reveal.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that because I love the covers.
They're so gorgeous, and I love how the covers for both of those books really kind of reflect her first series, too.
Yeah.
They look a lot alike. Like, they have the same feel to them.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So anyway, if you want to go check out that cover, I will link that, too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Heck yeah.
So, historical fiction.
Yes.
I don't know why I have an issue with it. I was trying to think why I have never read an historical fiction book.
Have you read one that just like burned you or what?
I've read a historical books. Like I've read books about like
for class, like history books?
No, for fun.
What do you
like Martin Luther King Jr. and Anne Frank and all that kind of stuff. For fun.
Yeah.
But I think it's because when I hear historical, because it reminds me of like war, and I don't enjoy like war books or war movies, so that's where my mind goes, and immediately I'm like, oh, I don't want to read that. I don't like death, and I don't like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that is where my mind has gone. So I'm really excited to hear all about the recommendations, to see if something can like pull me.
Yes, because I put together a list for you, and I'm really excited because I think that you're going to like these books.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No.
So the first one that like really made me think of you is called The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. This was included in an Owl Crate book.
Okay, so I probably own it.
Probably. I think you're getting it then. I'm going to read the synopsis to you, and I really think this is going to be something that you like because it's got romance, LGBT, and it's young adult.
Okay. I mean, hit some good points. I'm already I'm here.
Henry Montague was born and bred to be a gentleman, but he was never one to be tamed. The finest boarding schools in England and the constant disapproval of his father haven't been able to curb any of his roguish passions, not for gambling halls, late nights spent with bottles of spirits, or waking up in the arms of women or men. But as Monty embarks on his grand tour of Europe, his quest for a life filled with pleasure and vice is in danger of coming to an end. Not only does his father expect him to take over the family's estate upon his return, but Monty is also nursing an impossible crush on his best friend and traveling companion, Percy. Still, it isn't in Monty's nature to give up. Even with his younger sister Felicity in tow, he vows to make this year-long escapade one last hedonistic hurrah and flirt with Percy from Paris to Rome. But when one of Monty's reckless decisions turns their trip abroad into a harrowing manhunt that spans across Europe, it calls into question everything he knows, including his relationship with the boy he adores.
That does sound really good. Okay.
All right. And if you like it, she wrote a sequel that with Monty's sister, and it's called The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Right? I feel like that hooks you.
Yeah. So like, I guess what is historical fiction? Like, I don't understand. Is it just like
it's fictional characters set in a historical period in time?
Okay.
So like, they usually take some historical event.
Because I guess I like Pride and Prejudice.
Some time.
You know what I mean?
Right. Some time in history and then put characters in it.
Is Pride and Prejudice Prejudice historical fiction?
Because it was written in the
then,
time it's
so
set.
Contemporary, right? For then, I mean,
let's look it up.
Yeah, look it up. But no, that sounds really good. I would definitely be down for that.
Right? I think you would really like that one.
It has everything I love.
Internet is slow. And I'm even on the extension.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, it's just a classic.
Okay, all right.
And it's a romance.
Oh, I love Pride and Prejudice. Oh my god. I could read that over and over again.
So here's another one that I thought maybe you would like.
Please read me all the synopsis so I can get excited.
Okay, this one is called My Plain Jane, and there's 3 authors, Cynthia Hand, Jody Meadows, and Brody Ashton.
Ooh, okay.
It's the second book in their Lady Janie series. The first one was also included in an Owl Crate, and it's called My Lady Jane. But I think the second one sounds a little more up your alley.
Okay.
It's Jane Eyre with ghost hunters.
Ooh.
So, you want me to read the synopsis
Yes,
too?
please.
Okay. You may think you know the story. After a miserable childhood, penniless orphan Jane Eyre embarks on a new life as a governess at Thornfield Hall. There she meets one dark, brooding Mr. Rochester. Despite their significant age gap and his uneven temper, they fall in love, and reader, she marries him. Or does she? Prepare for an adventure of gothic proportions in which all is not as it seems. A certain gentleman is hiding more than skeletons in his closet, and one orphan, Jane Eyre, aspiring author Charlotte Bronte, and supernatural investigator Alexander Blackwood are about to be drawn together on the most epic ghost hunt this side of Wuthering Heights.
Oh, interesting.
Right?
That sounds so good.
That's what I thought. Again, I haven't read these, but they're so...
No, yeah, you totally get like what I like to read. So,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm
down.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of fantasy.
Yeah, I got a little
ghosts,
sprinkle. I like
some
that.
retelling.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I've just been so hard on historical fiction now.
Okay, this is another one. Now, this one does have like war and fighting, but it also has like zombies.
Ooh, okay. I'm down.
So, and it's this one's alternate history. It is
What's
historical
that?
fiction, but it takes an event in history and is like, what if it was just a little bit different?
Oh, okay. All right.
So this is Dread Nation by Justina Ireland. Have you heard of this one?
No.
Really?
I've never heard of any of these on this list.
Oh my God. Okay.
Where have I been?
Jane McKean was born 2 days before the dead began to walk the battlefields of Gettysburg and Chancellorsville, derailing the war between the states and changing America forever. In this new nation, safety for all depends on the work of a few, and laws like Native and Negro Re-Education Act require certain children attend combat schools to learn to put down the dead. But there are also opportunities, and Jane is studying to become an attendant, trained in both weaponry and etiquette to protect the well-to-do. It's a chance for a better life for Negro girls like Jane. After all, not even being the daughter of a wealthy white Southern woman could save her from society's expectations. But that's not a life Jane wants. Almost finished with her education at Miss Preston's School of Combat in Baltimore, Jane is set on returning to her Kentucky home and doesn't pay much mind to the politics of the eastern cities with their talk of returning America to the glory of its days before the dead rose. But when families around Baltimore County begin to go missing, Jane is caught in the middle of a conspiracy, one that finds her in a desperate fight for her life against some powerful enemies. And the restless dead, it would seem, are the least of her problems.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That does sound really good.
The Civil War and kind of turns it.
Yeah. So it's still like the same issues, but it adds like another element to it.
Right.
I like that. That's cool.
I thought that one sounded so good. And it just came out this year?
Really?
Oh, I'm sorry, last year.
Last year, but still.
It's really been a year.
I know, right? Don't
and
say
it's a series also.
Ooh, okay.
It's number 1 in a series. Number 2 is called Deathless Divide.
Ooh.
And that is expected out in 2020.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So read this one and get ready for the next. I like that.
Okay.
I love that this is you just telling me about books and I'm just getting excited. I am honestly, I feel like I just didn't understand historical fiction.
Yeah?
I honestly did not understand. I think a lot of people do like historical fiction that is more war based. I just don't.
Yeah, I'm usually not drawn to that either.
No. Like if there's fantasy fighting, I'm less because it's not like it doesn't feel real.
Right, exactly.
When it feels real, I'm like, no, I don't like it.
Yeah, I guess because I guess I've recently read a book like about World War One.
Oh,
and another one set in World War Two. And
did you like it?
They're okay, but they're a lot.
It's very, I would say, like war books and books where animals die. It's just like I can't do it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just like not for me, man.
They're just very heavy.
They're heavy. That's exactly right. Yeah,
you have to kind of take them in chunks because it's a lot.
Yes,
because.
Or like books about like death.
Because there is
so those are the three,
right?
Like you know like a family member dying or something like that.
This is what I was going to talk about later, but I might as well say it now. One of my favorite historical fictions is called The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simmons, and that's that one. It's set during World War II. Oh my God, I'm going to get it wrong and I'm going to sound stupid, but I want to say it's in Russia.
I believe you.
Maybe. Either way, it's somewhere in Europe and like. Europe or whatever. Anyway, things are crazy. Like read through this girl experiencing the bombings and escaping and all these terrible things. And the book is really good. It's got all this romance, and that's like the thread that kind of pulls you along in all of the awfulness. Mm-hmm. But it is so heavy. Yeah. Because there's 3 books in the series, and I only read the first one because I was like, I need a break. Yeah. And now I've taken like a 1.5 year long break.
So. Oh yeah, because that seems it's so heavy. It probably like it will weigh. In my opinion, weigh on me.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing. Like, sure, this story is fictional, but
it really happens.
Right, exactly.
It's happening now to countries. Yeah. And it's like, if I start going down that spiral, it is overwhelming. Yes. So that's kind of where, I kind of tend to stay away from those. Or at least, like, I am going to try. Yeah. But it might just take me a very long time to get through them. Did you have any more recs? I mean, you don't have to read through them if you don't want to, but I just want to hear the rest of them.
List off the next ones. Okay. So I also have on the list Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This was a huge book that just came out in March of this year. It is like following a band in the 60s.
Oh, I'd like that a lot. See, and that doesn't think like historical to me, but it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I definitely love that. Yeah,
so I thought that one sounded like, super good.
Oh, if I had an alter ego, that's exactly what I'd want to do with my life, just follow bands around.
Right. And then this is a series I've wanted to start forever because I've heard it's so good, but it's called Solace by Gail Carriger. Solace is the first book. The series is the Parasol Protectorate. And I believe there's a couple different series that she writes that all kind of tie together.
Ooh, love that. You know I do.
Right? And these books just look so good. They're like steampunky and ladies kicking butt.
Oh, I like that.
And then the last one is And I Darken by Kirsten White.
Do you have this book?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I got this on Book Outlet. But this is a historical fiction fantasy. So.
Ooh, so it's got fantasy.
Yep. So that could be another one that kind of like eases you into it.
Yes, ease me into But now that I'm like thinking, as long as like it's not like based upon war, right? I'm very interested in everything else.
I think these are all good ones for you to start with.
Yeah, little samples. Yeah. So I actually reached out to our listeners as well, just to kind of see what everyone else was reading, and because I want to make a list and I really want to get through them, all the ones that you are recommending and everyone else's, just because I love like seeing everyone's point of views on like what they think should be my first historical read. So we have Justine. She recommended The Summer Before the War by Helen Simonson. Why I couldn't say it earlier either. I'm just going to go through them because I haven't really had a chance to look them up, but they're all going on my list. Jackie put At the Water's Edge by Sarah Gruen and The Girl You Left Behind by Jojo Moyes.
Oh, hey. And you like Jojo Moyes.
I do like Jojo Moyes' writing, so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll have to read that. Yeah. Sam put Call the Midwife by Heidi Thomas, but it's nonfiction. Right. But I've heard people talk about Call the Midwife a lot.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things.
It piqued my interest that it was a book.
Yeah.
Did not know that. I thought it was a show. I know it's a show on BBC, but I did not know. So I was like, I'm definitely going to have to read that.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Billy, she actually listed a ton. So if you want to go be a part of the Our Life in Books Society.
Our
Life in Bikes. We own bikes. They're listed there. I picked out the 2 that kind of like caught my eye. The Painted Girls by Kathy Buchanan. It was about a painting. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on who it was. But since I'm into art, I definitely liked that one. Like and then The Spy Mistress by Jennifer
Chavarani.
And she said that one's about a woman who is selling secrets getting secrets from the South and giving them to the North, which I think is really interesting. I love strong females, and that's really interesting to me. And then Mark put The Origin, a biographical novel of Charles Darwin, which would be so interesting.
Yeah, it would.
And 1776 by David McCullough. And I know I've heard of 1776.
I have too.
Honestly cannot remember what it's about.
Well, I mean,
off the top of my head.
I feel like I know what it's about, but...
Well, oh my God, I'm going to punch you.
I'm just saying.
Is it about 1776?
Something very important happened that year.
I think. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Shut up. Okay, I'm tired. I just got what happened that year.
Oh, no.
I got a D in history, all right?
I love
Just kidding,
you.
Mom. I got an A, obviously.
Oh my god.
So those are some of the listener recommendations. So I want to hear about your favorite historical fictions.
So I already told you about The Bronze Horseman.
Yes.
Like I said, that it's very intense, but it's it's a series that was going around. It ovulates.
I know. That's what I made that. I was gonna say it obviously must have made an impact on you to put it on your list.
Yeah.
But my mouth stopped working.
It ovulates.
It ovulates. And then I just looked at you like, keep talking.
Never.
Please don't point out that I don't know how to speak.
Oh my god. It was a series that was really popular on Instagram. Like I said, like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Everyone was reading. Everyone was talking about it.
Really?
And it is so good. I
don't remember this, but the cover's beautiful.
I immediately went to Amazon and bought all 3 books. So I have all 3 of them. But after I read the first one, I was like, well, I need a break. It's just a lot. And
definitely.
There's a lot of emotions and there's a lot of romance and stuff too.
Oh my god. So. You don't need a break from that. Romance er day.
Okay, so another favorite I have on here is called Once Upon a River.
I remember you I remember you reading. I remember the cover, I guess, on your Bookstagram.
And that's by Diane Setterfield. I got it on NetGalley, and then the publisher reached out to me and asked if they could send me a copy. And I was like, awesome. Obviously you can, because I loved it. So this is it's a historical fiction fantasy. It's got magical realism and a mystery. Like, it's got all the things.
Yeah. You love some magical realism.
It's so interesting because, like, one night at this inn on the river, a little girl shows up. Someone had rescued her from the river. Everyone thinks she's dead, but it turns out she's not dead. And then multiple people try and claim her as their missing daughter. And we don't really know where she came from or whose kid she is. And, like, throughout the whole thing, you're just kind of, like, trying to figure out, is she real? Is she, like, what is this? So good.
That does sound really good.
I love magical realism. It's my favorite thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
So even that little tiny bit in there.
Yeah.
So good. And then also Black Hearts by Nicole Casterman.
Say that cover looks familiar.
Yes. So this is, oh my gosh, what is that pirate's name? Blackbeard the Pirate retelling.
Oh, okay.
It's like an origin story of where he came from. And this has got a lot of romance too.
What?
So pirates and romance.
How are the top books that you're picking have romance in them?
A lot of historical fiction does, I think.
Am I rubbing off on you?
Listen, mind your business. But yeah, it's Blackbeard.
Oh yeah, that sounds really good.
Before he was Blackbeard.
I love pirates, and so do you. Yeah.
And then of course my all-time favorite historical fiction, Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. She has such a way of weaving actual historical events into her story, and you're just like, how are these people not real? Like, how is all of this stuff not real? Because it seems
real. Mm-hmm. So you're reading and you're like, oh, this is real. And you're like, wait a second. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Oh, so good.
I have the first one because you talked me into buying it, but it's huge. And I was like, oh no.
So the trick is to read it on like your Kindle or something, because you don't see how big it is.
That's a good idea. And you said it was maybe a too much for my first time.
Yeah.
But I need to ease into it.
Yeah, maybe ease into it. But there's like 8 books now in the series.
So it's like a commitment.
Yeah.
And isn't there like a show?
Yes, there is a show. The show's so good. It follows the books really, really well.
Really? Is it on, do you know, is it on like HBO or something? I feel like it is. Or something like that.
Or Stars.
Oh, Stars. I'm going to say Stars because I don't hear much from Showtime.
And I've only read through book 6 so far.
But still, there
was another one where I was like, the books are so big and so huge and so much happens. I have to take breaks in between. And again, I've taken like a 2-year break. I'm so sorry. I'll go back eventually.
I love the breaks.
But anyway, so good. If you haven't started it yet, go start it and then go watch the TV show. And
the end. And then come talk to Elizabeth about it because I'm zero help.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Well, I honestly think I've changed my mind about historical fiction. Yay. I honestly do, because I was not looking forward to this episode. I didn't really have a lot to add, and I also did not want to. I was like, I don't think I'll like anything like that. Just a little miss. I'm gonna stick to my contemporary romance.
So yeah, this is probably gonna be a short one since it was mostly me talking.
I enjoyed it. It was like storytelling to me.
So what? But which one? Like, which one stands out to you the most? What do you think you want to start with?
Which one do I want to start with? Oh no, I honestly.
The real questions. Because, you know, the whole reason we're talking about this is because it's our Life in Books reading challenge. June is historical fiction.
Yes.
So, we don't have very many days left in June.
But I'm a pretty fast reader. So now I just need to pick.
And I have a couple of these books. So.
Ooh, okay.
I'm just saying.
I know, right? I really liked The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. And I liked The Plain Jane.
Yeah.
I do like zombies, though. Dread Nation. I like all of them. Oh, my gosh.
Right? It's so hard to choose.
Right?
But yeah, I have Gentleman's Guide. I have Daisy Jones and the Six. I'm pretty sure I have Soulless.
Okay.
And I Darken. So, like.
I'll have to grab one and start diving in. Yeah. And I really like all the ones everyone recommended, all the listeners, too. I'm really into, I would say, like, if you're going to poke me a little bit, you're like, I really do like art a lot and like the history of it. So that I really liked that some people like post those or like Call the Midwife because I'm like, I know it's
even though that's nonfiction.
It's nonfiction, but I'm like, maybe I should start reading nonfiction too.
And then the JoJo Moyes one really kind of sticks out to me. So I want to read it because I love her.
Those books are so good.
So good.
So good. Well, if you guys have any other historical fictions to recommend to us, let us know.
Yeah, and let us know what you're reading for the challenge this month.
Yes, post pictures or tag us wherever. Yay. We're very interested in pushing Samantha out of her boundaries.
Oh my goodness, that's scary.
This month. Who knows what's going to happen?
That's the point of this challenge.
I know.
Right?
I do really like that we're doing this challenge. All right. Well, we better get going. We've got more tea to drink and books to read. We've got our social medias down below. Make sure to rate and review our podcast. We really appreciate all the listeners. Yes. We see all of you from all over the world on our analytics. Exciting. And it's so exciting that you guys are joining us. We really appreciate it.
If you want to support us, you can leave us a rating and review.
Yes.
And then also a new way to support us is our Patreon.
Yes, we have a Patreon and we can like chat and get to know each other even more. And you can just see us being weird behind closed doors. Behind the closed doors of Patreon.
I feel like that's terrifying.
It's very terrifying. I mean, let's be honest. We do a lot of weird stuff. I've been taking a lot more videos of the weird things we've been doing. So I'm going to post them on there, guys.
Boomerangs.
Get ready. Oh, can I post that boomerang? All right. If you come and become a patron, I will post funny boomerangs of Elizabeth and I at a concert this past weekend. They are very, very interesting. All right. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.